Hello and welcome to this special video here on WrestleTalk, where today we are going to be predicting WrestleMania 41, but way too far in advance. Here's how it's going to work. I'm joined by Luke today.
Hello.
I'm joined by Ollie.
Hi.
Each of us have booked a 10-match card for WrestleMania. So a night one,
41.
WrestleMania 41 specifically. And the first 5 of our picks will be our night 1 card, culminating with the 5th one being the night 1 main event. And then the second 5 are going to be the night 2, culminating with the night 2 main event. There probably will be other matches on WrestleMania. Typically they'll have, 13, 14 matches, but we've gone with the 10 biggest that we think there might be. Luke's on this show, so we're going to have some weird choices.
What do you mean? I booked nothing but sensible matches.
You'll book CM Punk versus Scott Steiner.
It's changed.
That's been settled. Punk wins.
So I'm beginning WrestleMania 41 with a World Heavyweight title match. The champion, Gunther, against Chad Gable.
Oh!
Ooh, very nice.
Okay. I have a multi-man epic fest IC championship of Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Chad Gable versus Bron Breakker versus Malachi Black.
Ooh!
Under contract with AEW until 2027 is a bold choice.
Oh yeah, because AEW never release people now before the ends of their contracts.
After all that negative news, they don't do that again.
Think of all the footage they could release.
I have gone for Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for, I can't remember the name of Ripley's belt, so I've written the Women's World Heavyweight
that's right.
Championship, but the Women's World Championship
that's right, yeah.
in a title versus streak match.
That's great.
Bianca Belair putting her WrestleMania streak on the line against Rhea Ripley's 2-year title reign.
I really like that.
Yeah.
That has epic stakes. Ripley and Belair,
The emotionality of that one
Yeah.
is pretty high.
and they're also this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening with Chad soon. Might be turning heel, I don't know. But even if he does, turning babyface again, it'll be fine. And he can dethrone Gunther for the world title in the opener of Mania 41. The big emotional high point of the night will be right at the start.
I don't think it's a world title picture story.
I do.
Compared to the rest of the card, I think Chad Gable, as much as I love him, there's just bigger star power that need to be there.
Triple H is going to try and make some new stars. I think Chad Gable might be one of the people that he tries to push into that top echelon.
I'm with Pete on this one. I think you can spend the rest of this year making Chad Gable into your new Kurt Angle.
Make him wrestling machine Chad Gable.
Well, I think he needs to win the IC championship first before he goes into the world title
He can do
picture.
that in the
Oh,
year.
I've just seen that Jey Uso's your IC
Oh yeah,
champ.
Jey Uso's
Yeah,
the
so
champ.
Jey Uso's the champ going in, to be honest. I just wrote that down. Bron Breakker just has a great showing, but doesn't get pinned. Malachi Black, well, he isn't going to get pinned, is he?
So Chad Gable's taking the pin? Is that what you're saying?
Chad Gable's winning.
Oh, okay, right. Who's taking the pin?
Probably Sammy.
I'm stunned this is not a ladder match.
Yeah, right?
I know, I really wanted it to be a ladder match. We just had a 6-team ladder match, and it was
A
across
year
the
prior.
I was
referee.
going to say, yeah, you're saying we've just had one, but it is a year later.
You know, a hot shot.
You're not booking it for next week's Raw.
You know we had a ladder match at Mania 31 and Mania 32, right? That's just a thing.
Yeah, I
that
consider
happened.
that overkill.
Bullet Club of AJ, Finn Balor, the Good Brothers, and Tama Tonga versus LIJ of Andrade, Dom, Damian Priest, Carlito, and Roosh with Jose the assistant.
There wouldn't be LIJ, though. We'd take out the J part, right? It's just Los Ingobernables.
It'll be LIW. It'll be Los Ingobernables to WWE.
Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill.
Nice.
No title, just straight up, who's the more muscly?
Big multi-person ladder match for the United States Championship. Andrade as the champion, going in against Kevin Owens, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, Dragon Lee, and Daniel Garcia.
Oh!
Yeah, big multi-man ladder match.
I like how ambitious we're being with our AEW picks.
Yeah.
Jose the assistant.
Not Roosh. How do you say the assistant?
Yeah, I've got Roosh in there.
Yeah, no,
Roosh is
I'm
in
saying
there.
no, that's not the controversial pick.
Yeah.
How do you say the assistant? It's WWE. That's crazy.
AJ has now turned heel.
Uh-huh.
We're splitting up Judgment Day. They're probably not going to be around by next year. So
Okay.
Balor's going to align with AJ, and they're going to convince the Good Brothers to kind of like Balor will be the glue that brings the Good Brothers back towards AJ. Tama Tonga is going to be involved in this rather than any bloodline stuff.
Wow.
Andrade appears to be like forming potentially his own little group. And within that, he's going to make amends with Dom. Obviously, he faced him at this year's WrestleMania.
So Dom's going to be a face.
Well, who said their faces?
Well, you said that they're the heels. You said Bullet Club were the heels.
Well, it's a new era. So,
Cross the line.
you ever heard of Shades of Grey, Pete?
Yeah, all right.
And then you got Damian Priest,
Yeah.
Carlito, who's already looking to turn heel, and Roosh.
And
Jose the assistant.
Jose the ass.
Well,
is
that's
what
I
you
Jose
ran,
said.
the
out,
ass.
I ran out of space.
Jose the ass. Priest
Great.
gone from world heavyweight champion to a multi-man filler match.
Oh, well, filler match.
Why? I think this is going to have Snoop Dogg on commentary.
I was going to say there'll be celebrity involvement in this one.
Sponsored by Gin and Juice. No, it'll be the CEO of Dude Wipes. He'll be the guy on commentary for this one because this is a Dude Wipes match.
Anything to add for that?
Not
For yours?
really. It was set up in the Royal Rumble, and then they teamed together at WrestleMania 40. And I think this is a story they can tell over the course of the year for the battle of ultimate supremacy at WrestleMania.
A lot of people and ladders. There you go. That's the match. Daniel Garcia, his contract is actually up in this year, in 2024.
okay.
And it said, like, I'm just looking to make myself to be as valuable as possible and all that stuff. So chances are he'll probably re-sign. But in case he doesn't, I think this will be really fun to have him show up here.
Would you have him win?
Yeah, I would.
Who's the
Bit of fun.
champion? Going in?
Andrade.
Andrade.
I think that makes sense. He's good.
Middle of the card here. It's a Raw Tag Team Championship match.
Interesting.
The Creed brothers are in it after a good year of being built. Well, they're good. Champions the Hardy Boys
Okay.
and the Wyatt family
Ooh.
of Uncle Howdy and Braun Strowman.
Very nice.
Okay.
It is a World Heavyweight Championship match as champion Gunther defends against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus
Run it back.
in a rematch
Nice.
of their Mania 39 match, now upper level to the World Heavyweight title.
That's really cool.
These are good picks, Luke.
Thanks, bud.
I was expecting nonsense.
World Heavyweight.
What are you talking about? Heavy.
Why?
Wait.
Well, it's either World Heavyweight
Yeah.
or World Heavyweight.
Well, it's a new era. They have to rename the belt sometimes.
Women's World Heavyweight title match. Rhea Ripley, still the champ, versus Bayley.
Yeah. Still the
Bit of fun.
champion.
Still the champ. Yeah. Bayley had a feel-good moment this year. Do it again. For next year.
But she loses as well. Rhea Ripley can just beat horsewomen
Yeah.
at Mania.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That's
New
quite fun,
streak,
actually. Yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
there's one person she hasn't beaten at WrestleMania. Charlotte beat her, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Mania 36.
Yeah, but then she beat her last year.
Yep.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to undermine one of my... I forgot about that one. It's when she won the belt,
How the
right?
title reign began. Yeah.
Fudge. Fluff. The co-main event of night one.
Well, let's pump
Oh,
the
it's the
brakes
bathroom break.
for the Raw Tag Team titles.
Uh-huh.
It's a fatal four-way between the champions, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin, versus Imperium, versus New Day, versus Sami Zayn and Jey Uso.
Right, okay.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, they reconcile because I really love them as a tag team for the very brief time they were together on the same page. And then they can win the tag titles here. I think that'd be a really nice moment.
You can tell that this is not me that's written that down because I would have put down versus Kevin Owens and Jimmy Uso.
Oh, I should have done that.
That'd have been
That's
so
really
good.
stupid. I love it.
So silly.
Yeah.
Right, well, just remember this one. Because my other women's title match isn't going to tell the kind of story I wanted it to.
Yep.
For the Smackdown Women's Championship, Becky Lynch as champion, defending against Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, good.
Where the
card.
thing would be Stratton wins. Revenging the Becky Lynch beating her for the NXT Women's Championship.
No titles, no stipulations, no gimmicks. Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes.
I thought about doing this, but I feel like they have done the match. And there's no way it will be better than that match.
But you haven't done it at WrestleMania, which is the WWE way of thinking.
Cody needs to be in a bigger slot.
It's co-main event.
All right, German Dan.
I think that'd be really cool.
It would be
Yeah.
nice, but you
Yeah.
know, it's a B pay-per-view.
We
main event.
all could have gone for safe picks. Sometimes you got to swing for the fences. But I like the idea of elevating Tiffany up the card. Also, as well, you're right. Like the NXT Championship thing, I think it's got some nice like history behind it.
100%.
And Tiffany never beat Becky to avenge that loss. And it's weird to think of people like Becky and Charlotte and Bayley. They are the veterans now.
Yeah. 100%.
So you need these Straddons or Perez's and I guess Ripley and Belair and Cargill to be the next main stars.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think
Tags,
that's,
innit?
it's a fun one. Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin.
Yeah. I think that'd be really cool. Bron can get caught up in the draft, bring Baron back with him, and then they just run through the tag division.
It almost feels like a step backwards for Sammy's trilogy of manias.
But you don't know the story going into this. It's the most compelling, incredible story you've ever seen.
Co-main event Jey Uso.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what is the story?
It's really good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really emotional, like playing on the whole bloodline history.
Yeah.
Be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but I won the tag team titles in the main event with my best friend forever, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And the year after that, I ended Gunther's intercontinental streak. I won the single mid-card title. And this year, I'm going to win the tag team championships again.
Yeah.
With this guy.
I'm one of 5 teams in a match.
With found family. Come on now.
That's emotional, but it's a step backwards. Let's be honest.
It's a step backwards emotionally. Main event.
Main event.
Main
Night
event
one.
of night 1 of WrestleMania 41. For the head of the table. The Rock versus Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
Ooh.
Bonkers that Jey Uso was not more involved in this storyline this year, so I'm putting him back into it, and he's going to be the head of the... Well, going to go for it at the very least.
That's a nice way to elevate Jey even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's a main event. Come on, guys. CM Punk. It's CM Punk fighting champion Drew McIntyre. After ruining each other's WrestleMania moments for WrestleMania 40, we get the singles match here.
Lovely.
I was going to have
good.
Drew win the title from Priest at Clash of the Castle and hold it until here.
It's The Rock versus Roman Reigns in a Bloodline rules match. There's their extra shenanigans.
So a hardcore match.
Yeah. But like, they've set the bar now that you're going to get cameos. You're going to get nonsense. And there's going to be more of it in this.
Well, that's where you could have John Cena as the special guest referee.
Right.
Stone Cold can make an appearance.
And then you get all the people from like Bloodline's history come out. You get special appearances from Rikishi, and then you get Jay and Jimmy and Solo and like everybody that's been involved in Bloodline related things.
You can do this main event without a title.
Yeah.
100%.
That was kind of my thinking behind it, was that you don't need the belt on this.
Yeah.
And I know you talked about this on the rest of the podcast review of Night 2. Still kind of like my idea of doing Rock versus Roman as the first episode of Raw on Netflix. Which Pete then weirdly said, you don't need to book anything big for that show.
I don't care about their business. It's just an episode of Raw.
There's no ratings anymore.
Yeah, who cares? They've done their deal. They made their money.
I really like both of these.
I think that'd be real
So
fun.
you're not main eventing Night 1 with any Bloodline stuff?
No,
It sounds like it might be night 2, unless it's not on his card at all.
I think the Bloodline's over.
I mean, it's over, as in people like it.
Oh, don't you worry.
So those are all of our night 1 predictions. Before we get into night 2, here's a quick word from this video's sponsor.
Ever dreamt of breaking into the professional wrestling business as a wrestler, promoter, booker, commentator, referee, journalist, podcaster, YouTube star, or another key role? Wrestling Masterclass is a historic online course featuring over 70 HD video lessons, podcasts, and seminars with some of the world's top wrestling experts, both in the ring and behind the scenes, including Will Ospreay, Raven, Dutch Mantell, Doug Williams, Mike Chioda, and so many more. Start your journey today at WrestlingMasterclass.com.
Night 2 of WrestleMania 41. What are you kicking off with, Ollie?
Well, it seemed like the Bloodline were missing from night 1, didn't it? Like any good faction, they've splintered. And the opening match of night 2 in a first blood match For the SmackDown Tag Team Championships is the Tag Team Champions of New Blood, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga, against the OG Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso.
This is so good. You've done NWO and NWO Wolfpack. Yes, I love it.
And it's literally called New Blood as well.
And Rock is playing them off against each other to decide who the supreme team within the Bloodline is.
Love this so much.
For the WWE Women's title, Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. Bianca Belair as the champ.
Yeah.
But this time for a title.
In the finals of the tournament, to crown the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton.
Very nice.
A women's mid-card belt.
I feel like we've switched roles. I like that, though. I love the idea of a mid-card
Yeah.
women's title.
Crown Jade in this moment, kind of like we did with the CBS title.
And yours, yep.
It's just Bianca Jade. I think it makes the most sense. And you can crown Jade Cargill when you end Bianca Belair's WrestleMania streak.
And enough said.
Yeah, yours is insane. I can't tell whether I hate it
But
or
the
love it.
Bloodline's been so well told over all these years.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go crazy.
Okay, so without spoilers, is Roman on your card?
He is.
Okay, good, good, good.
Okay.
But is he in the Bloodline anymore?
He's in the Judgment Day.
So for the second match of night 2, I've gone for an Intercontinental Championship match. The champion, Ilya Dragunov, defending against Keith Lee.
Whoa!
The third in the trilogy of WrestleMania matches. It's Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio in Hair versus Mask.
Yes, there it is.
Very good.
I like that a lot. Surely now. And Dom gets the win.
Oh, I was going to have Dom lose.
So he loses to Rey Mysterio 3 years in a row.
Yes. Now he has no hair.
What a story.
For the WWE Tag Team Championships, they've renamed them so they're the World Tag Team Championships and the WWE Championships. Champions Logan Paul and KSI taking on LA Knight and his tag team partner Simon Miller. With
Oh my god.
the special guest referee, Mr. Beast. And here is how you do the big reveal. Is KSI and Logan Paul are glowing in the ring. LA Knight comes out to confront them. And he says, you like your YouTube? Well, I've got a YouTube guy to be my tag partner. Yeah, Tube. And he brings out Simon Miller. And Wade Barrow goes, what? And Corey Gray goes, more like what culture? And out comes Simon Miller. And yeah, somehow along the way, Mr. Beast becomes the special guest referee. This is more my speed of booking.
Yes.
I think this is more what people expected me to book on the show.
I can't even, I'm trying to
Insane.
say something, and I just keep getting drawn to Mr. Beast as the
Yeah,
special
right.
guest referee.
Sponsored by YouTube.
And I have YouTube in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a great thumbnail face, though.
Wouldn't it
It'd be like
just?
him in a referee shirt being like, I refereed at WrestleMania.
I was going to say, yeah.
That'd be
See,
great.
I think they'll go the Netflix path.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it won't be Logan Paul and KSI. It'll be the cast of Stranger Things versus
The cast of Love is Blind.
yes, yeah. How does Keith Lee make his way over from AEW?
He leaves and then joins WWE.
Keith leaves.
He's done it. So for match 3
Match
of
3.
night 2.
Yep. So this is for the United States Championship. And it is champion Kevin Owens defending against Sami Zayn in Ladder War.
Oh, yes.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Sami Zayn did the top rope brainbuster, which of course he learned from El Generico. Of
course, yeah.
Took inspiration from him. This is the match for the marks, where they're just going to bust out all of their Ring of Honor spots.
Yeah, especially after the trilogy of they win the tag titles, then they both went for mid-card belts separately, and now they're fighting for it.
Yeah.
What's Roman Reigns doing? He's been kicked out of the bloodline.
He's in the third match of night 2, apparently.
It's a big match, though, because he has become a tag team with Seth Rollins.
Oh!
They will be facing the team of Randy Orton
No.
and John Cena.
Yeah, there it is! I thought it might have been. Yes.
Baby faces versus baby faces. Just who are the dominant team?
I kind of hate it.
I kind of love it.
And I kind of
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
It's like Rock and Foley versus Evolution.
Yeah, that's great.
In an I Quit match, Damian Priest versus Finn Balor.
Ooh.
Judgment Day splitting up shortly before Mania, maybe around Rumble or Chamber, and then they have the big blow off to decide who, Damian Priest I think will be the babyface in this one. He will splinter off, and or maybe with the I Quit stipulation, it's to decide who stays in the Judgment Day. If you say I quit, it means you quit the Judgment Day.
Keeping that group together for another year.
Why not?
I could give you 5 reasons why not.
They're cool though, Luke, and I like them.
And you get a lot of this. No, that was Irish.
No,
that was
it wasn't.
Irish.
It wasn't.
No.
I like that though.
Yeah, it's good.
Big blood feud.
Yeah, I think so. The drama curve of your night, I think that works really well.
I would like this to be too long in a good way. Like all the other matches, like as we saw on WrestleMania 40, they're roughly around the 10-15 minute mark long main events. That should be like, even though it's third from the top on night 2, 25 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. How do they come together to form a tag team?
That wasn't the task.
No, I know.
My task was to book a card.
Oh, I know.
No, it was to predict a card.
There was the idea that Roman has finished his story at WrestleMania 40 as well, not just because of the Bloodline reign ending, but he finally got to hit Seth with the chair and get vengeance. Maybe that has absolved him of all that trauma. And now next time they see each other, they can go, hey, you want to beat up Randy Orton and John Cena?
I like that because when they were like putting the Shield back together, or at least when they were doing Rollins and Ambrose, and you had that moment when Ambrose was really struggling to do the fist bump. That moment when they do the fist bump together would be pretty special.
Yeah. Co-main event.
Co-main event.
Yeah.
I forgot that Ripley had already beaten Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship. It's heel Charlotte Flair as champion because she would have beaten Rhea at some point on her return. And that would have turned Rhea babyface, and now Rhea's going for the title again.
I've got, for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, the champion Asuka against Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky.
Nice.
A damage control implosion match.
Yeah.
For the WWE Women's Championship, champion Bayley defends against Io Sky, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai, and Julia in a 6-pack scramble, a 6-pack challenge.
Wow, it just got out of hand, didn't it?
Asuka, she's back.
I know.
So you have 4 people?
Yes,
I have
fatal
2. You had 4, and you've got 6 people.
6
Hell
people.
yeah.
This is the implosion of damage control. Perhaps you can bring Juliet straight from NXT. Don't waste her time down there. She doesn't need some time in the Performance Center. All 6 of them vying for the championship. It was originally just going to be 5, but then I added Julia in.
What's happening here? Oh, okay. Versus Julia. Right, okay.
5-way. Why not? I think absolve the women's tag belts. You don't need them. And make it this instead.
I would prefer.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that.
So I think they don't even need to lose the women's tag belts necessarily. It just gets transformed into the Intercontinental.
Kairi and Asuka will fight each other to merge champ. That's a cool idea.
That is the first inkling of there's something deeper here. They're going a bit hard in this match.
That's good. I like that.
Imploding. And Julia, why not?
Ollie.
Yeah, it's a great story.
I mean, yeah, Rhea can beat her again.
Yeah. But
that doesn't matter.
Charlotte comes back, heals Charlotte. That's what we want. She wins the belt right away. Oh, nothing's changed.
But then Rhea Ripley wins the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, turns her face. Even though she's an explicit face now.
For the main event of WrestleMania 41.
Yeah. WWE Championship. None of this undisputed universal nonsense. The WWE Championship. The champion, Cody Rhodes, against CM Punk.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a proper main event for CM Punk.
Oh, yeah. That is CM Punk's WrestleMania main event right here.
For the WWE Universal Championship. Way to ruin that part for me, Pete. The champion, The Rock.
Ooh.
With Nick Aldis in his corner.
Okay.
Versus Cody Rhodes with Dustin Rhodes in his corner.
Very nice.
May have thought, hey, Luke, who is your champion? Champion CM Punk defends the WWE Championship. Again, I've renamed mine.
Yep.
against John Cena. Title versus Korea. John Cena going for his 17th title win, putting his career on the line, gives CM Punk the proper main event, the WrestleMania main event he never got before he quit initially.
Punk's a heel here, is he?
Oh, 100% he's a heel.
What? The career
fun.
and going for the record-breaking
17th,
reign.
yeah.
Well, who would you have win? Just out of curiosity.
Punk.
Yeah.
And have Cena.
Yeah, I would.
I like that.
For me, CM Punk is also a heel. He's turning heel in this process. Goes after Cody. CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble and goes after Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania.
I like that.
That would be real fun.
Because I agree as well. Like, I think you want to give Punk the main event. And I love this idea. Because I think, actually, this, out of everything we've done, this is the one that makes the most sense to me. Because that is, like, Triple H style of booking. Of seeing this WrestleMania sets up the next WrestleMania.
Going into the Netflix era, Rock is champion, and he's all over those shows.
Such a good idea.
And on the go home month, Dustin Rhodes comes in, and he's helping train Cody.
I love the addition of Aldis in there as well, tying into that Aldis Rhodes history.
I think as well him being like the conduit for the Rock's thing. So Rock doesn't have to be on every show because you can have Nick Aldis be there, being the stand-in for the Rock if he can't make it for whatever reason. That is really good.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
I want that as my night one main event now. Both men are going to get injured in that match.
So I have to put it on last. You give them that extra day of training, get their reps in.
I wonder what's like the best card of all of our cards put together.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So we're going to run down each of our cards just to finalize everything and go through our whole cards one by one. So my WrestleMania 41 begins with Gunther versus Chad Gable for the World Heavyweight Championship, followed by a United States title ladder match of Andrade, the champion, versus Santos Escobar, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and Dragon Lee and Daniel Garcia, followed by Rhea Ripley versus Bayley for the Women's World title, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin versus Imperium versus New Day versus Sami Zayn and Jey Uso for the Raw Tag Team titles, The Rock versus Roman Reigns in Bloodline Rules for the main event of Night 1. On Night 2, I have Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's title, Ilya Dragunov versus Keith Lee for the Intercontinental title, Damian Priest versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match, Asuka versus Kairi Sane versus Dakota Kai versus Io Sky versus Julia for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship in my main event of Night 2.
My Night 1 opens with an Intercontinental title match between champion Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Malachi Black, Chad Gable, and Braun Breaker. Then it's Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. Raw Tag Team title match, Creed Brothers versus champions The Hardy Boys versus the Wyatt family of Braun Strowman and Uncle Howdy. The Women's Smackdown Championship, Becky Lynch champion versus Tiffany Stratton, main evented for the World Heavyweight Championship, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Night 2 opens with a first blood match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. New Blood of Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu versus the OG Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. A hair versus mask grudge match, Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. John Cena and Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Charlotte Flair heel champion versus Rhea Ripley. And the main event, The Rock as the heel WWE Universal Champion with Nick Aldis in his corner versus Cody Rhodes with Dustin Rhodes in his corner.
Night 1 opens with Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, title versus streak for the Women's World Championship. It's then followed by Bullet Club versus LIJ.
That is the most, Luke.
Yeah. Well, no. I don't think that's true. I think we got another one.
Yeah, we're still to come.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes. And the main event of Night 1, Rock versus Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the head of the table. Night 2 opens with the finals of the tournament to crown the first ever WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, which is Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. Logan Paul and KSI versus LA Knight and Simon Miller with Mr. Beast as the special guest referee.
That's the most Luke.
I'd already wiped that from my mind. Yeah.
That is followed up by the Ladder War between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the United States Championship, WWE Women's Championship, whichever one the SmackDown one is. It's Bayley versus Dakota Kai versus Asuka versus Kairi Sane versus Io Sky versus Julia. And then the main event for the WWE Championship, CM Punk versus John Cena, title versus Korea.
That's a mark of sort of the Paul Levesque era. I think we can make quite well-informed choices of long-term storytelling now.
And it turns out in a year, none of us are right. You know?
I don't know, bud. Mr. Beast. It's the one I'm most confident on.
So what did you think of our WrestleMania 41 predictions? Let us know your favorite card in the comments down below, and let us know your predictions for WrestleMania 41. What do you think is going to happen at next year's WrestleMania? Let us know. And if you're new here, like the video, subscribe. Why not? We have loads more content like this. If you like this sort of format, check out TLC, Tables, Lists, and Chairs, where we go through a top 10 list of a wrestling category, and we reveal our answers, and it's really fun. It's this sort of format, reveal an answer at the same time. It's real good. Check it out. Thank you, Luke and Ollie, for joining me for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon. Jam that jam! Oh, we need to do a three-way handshake. I'm not singing the song because I don't know the words to it. There you go. Big time! 22!
It's a good show, right?
It's a good show.
It is a good show.
Edge Foley.
Edge Foley.